All right, I'm going to start off this update since there's a lot going on with this little preview, I guess, to lead in. This just randomly, this thought came to me last night. I'm just going to read down just what I wrote last night. Sometimes we ask, God, why is this happening to me? I wrote about lots of question marks and exclamation points next to that. Usually when something terrible happens. But recently I've been asking myself the same question, but this time because I'm so blessed, it makes no sense. And I don't deserve it. Just like how people may not deserve the terrible things that happen to them. Whatever state of mind you are in when you ask the question does not change the answer. Though we may not understand it, the reason these good or bad things happen is for God's glory. Life is not fair, and that's a good thing. And I'm not trying to be like extra motivational like I'm giving a speech, but that's honestly how I feel. Just really blessed for no reason. I mean, just living my life. I think it's a good life. I think I'm doing good, but it doesn't make sense really for what's been going on. For one, big thing that happened is last week we went on ESM trip to the Dominican Republic. It was an amazing trip, best ESM trip I've ever been on. I actually cried on this trip. That's like the big thing for me. And I like never cry unless someone dies. So I'm not emotional. Like in the past, there's been like moments where I'm just like there and everyone else is crying. It's a worship night. Everyone's all spiritual. And I'm not like I'm against it. I just like, I don't feel emotional at all. I'm just singing the worship songs and I'm just like, yeah, this is life. But this time, part of it was kind of a doozy on the last day. So we're already like all super bonded. We've been doing stuff, mission stuff in schools and other things. We've already did like our fun stuff. And then the last day, one of the last things we do is we go to this orphanage for special needs kids. So whatever you're thinking of, imagine something worse. And yeah, that got me weak. Not in like the laugh sense, but like I was, broken down, I guess, because seeing like little kids was like rough. But the hardest part was like going in, there's this room with guys like my age, terribly like contorted, like can barely move, like can't even like shut their mouths. They're just slobbering all over the place. And they're like looking at me, smiling at me while I'm praying for them. While I am worried about, how to get like an extra, inch on my biceps, or what my workout split's going to be, what I'm going to eat, that's maximizing my protein, what college I'm going to go to, deciding, which one's best for my exact thing that I want. And these guys never got the chance at all. Like nothing. Not like this. These people are going to stay in their beds for the rest of their life, most likely, unless God works a miracle. And that I was like praying for someone, and they were like smiling at me. And that's when I started crying, which never happens until then, I guess. So that was really impactful, and just lots of good conversations on the trip. Worship nights are good, and there's like lots of mini messages that Pastor Dave Foreman gave that were really good. I thought, I guess, versus how the world does things and how God does things by His word, just the differences. Like for example, there's one like the world says like you only live once, YOLO, do whatever you want, and God's like, well, there's eternity and all that, like that's there, but like the world is just like, oh, you only live once, it doesn't matter what you do. Well, on God's side, there's like there's more than just this one life. So that was really impactful. ESM trip. Tomorrow, next thing, tomorrow, having Landry over to the house for desserts and game night with the fam. Gwen's home from college, so it'll be fun to have her over. Gonna clean up around here. It's not too bad. I just feel a little self-conscious because we're not loaded and our house isn't super nice and all that stuff. I want it to at least be clean, which is decently so, but there's other stuff I can't control. Like I want to get rid of all the stuff like we have. It's like useless, like random pottery that we made when we were like 6. Like, why do we keep this? But for my mom, it's about memories, and even though it has very little actual purpose, and we don't really care about those memories, but that's just my personal opinion. So she's coming over tomorrow. Hopefully it's good. I'm really excited about dating Landry. It's been fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. Think it's gonna be a really good, healthy relationship. So I'm really excited for the future. It's been fun so far. Let's see what else has been going on in my life. Church this morning was really good. The message was good, but also it was like packed with like other people. There was like guests, young people. It's just fun to see. It's like a lively church. Like other churches I visit too, I feel like I just dying, or if there's a lot of people there, like the mega churches, it just feels fake. Like I know people who go to like the giant, like the CLC, whatever it is, and like they literally like don't talk to anyone afterward or before. Like they just get there, show up, get their free little donuts or coffee, sit in their message, get entertained, say like, yeah, I'm a good person, and they leave. And it's just remarkable to have a good amount of people at a church where they actually preach stuff. So Oh, another big update that's spiritual related is I just finished the Old Testament. I'm reading the Bible, front to back, and I actually started this as a New Year's resolution for 2025. So this has been like a full year and 3 months almost that took me to read the whole Old Testament. I wasn't doing like an actual plan. Like I started out like reading like 12 minutes a day or whatever it was, because that was like my plan to get it done in 1 year. Because my goal was to finish in a year. But now I'm just a little bit more than halfway through in a year and 3 months. So I'm gonna finish it. Hopefully, finish the whole Bible before I go off to college. But the hard thing is, in the Old Testament, it's really boring, so it's like hard to read. At least some parts are really boring. It's hard to read. New Testament, it's really good. You want to read it, but it's just there's so like I'm so excited for it, because even though I've read most of it, like at least I don't even know most of it. I'm just more familiar with the New Testament, which most people are. But it's just there's so much depth to it, so exciting. It's just like I don't know, like there's lots of Old Testament law that's boring, but the New Testament is just so relevant to you and your life. So I'm excited for that, but hopefully I'm not taking too long, thinking over each verse, which definitely can happen. I've definitely been guilty of that. So yeah, let's trying to think of what's else going on in life. For the trip for the DR, I brought the 7 Habits book. Yeah, 7 Habits book, and see, I'm about halfway through it, and this book I actually, like you stop and think about it for sure. So with that, stopping, thinking about it, and doing other stuff, I think that's pretty good for reading wise. I just, love reading books. It's fun. It's good. Yeah, I'm just very blessed right now. Yeah, life's awesome. Dating's awesome. Meal prep's awesome. I gotta start running, like actually getting serious. I feel like I'm still entry level running. So I need to kind of like have more of a plan. I probably need to be getting a watch, even though I really don't want to. I mean, I do want to get a watch, but I don't want to spend like $150. So that's something to think about. Yeah, life's good. It's a good life. Spring break right now. Not doing too lot. Training my clients and need to get back to training them. I haven't really done anything with school, like my school program. So maybe to update that a little bit. But life's awesome. And glad I can make this update. But with that, remember the best is yet to come, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.